Hey guys, it's Ash from Imagineyourgoddess. I'm here today with a deck profile. There's already been a MLB build on our channel thanks to special guest Tensa, but I thought I'd share my own build as well, just to kind of provide a bit more content for the channel. So, of course, my starter is Wingle Brave. It's a really good card. Probably arguably the best booster for Royal Paladin in Barkle's stead. So, yeah, this is my starter, and there's not really much else that you should or can run in its place. So for triggers, I run eight crit. I'm running lose just because I'm too lazy to take these out of the sleeve because they're foily. And these are just kind of trick my opponent into thinking, oh, he might be running 12 crit. So, MLB with crits is a pretty scary deck, and I have 8 crits in it. So, yeah, that's that. Then I run 4 Margles. Margle, or rather this type of draw trigger, that you can put into Soul for plus 3k to Vanguard is probably one of the best, or the best version of the draw trigger in game, and is also the reason I decided to run 4 draws in MLB. I might run 6 sometimes, but I found that lately 4 has been working better for me, and especially because it's Margle, I need to hit, I need one of my 10Ks to hit 13 or something. I just do this, or heck, have it on the field and just wait it out. It's kind of a little thing to push numbers, and draw is always pretty good. Then, of course, run 4 heals. Yeah, heals win games, let you sack. It's not nothing much to say about that. Okay, on to grade 1s. I run 4 assaults. In this meta of mine, I'm sure most people's metas, you want 4 perfect guards. I've said it before and say it again. 4 perfect guards, run them. You want to hit as many of them as you can a game, usually. Then I run 4Ks. It's a 10k attacker if there's a blaster unit. The reason he's a double R is, of course, because you have grade 1 blasters. Well, there's not any in this deck, but Blaster Javelin is a grade 1 blaster, and Blaster Blade, Blaster Dark are grade 2 blaster, so this is a 10k attacker on turn 2, usually. And he's also a 7k booster, so it's pretty good. Behind a blaster, swings 16, hits magic number against 11ks, so, they kill your blaster, or you suck in your blasters, and now you have 10k attackers. And then I run 3 Marin. Marin's pretty good. Lets blasters hit 17, lets MLB hit 20. Yeah, he's just not really as important as the other grade 1s in this deck, but I could make room for him, but I've chosen not to. For a 4th Marin, that is. Then I run 2 Pongles. This is a build that does use Soul Saver, and what I like about him is he's a 7k booster, and if I'm going to be grade stuck, I can search out for a Soul Saver, or I want to search out for a Soul Saver for a Game Ender. So he really helps with that. And while I'm waiting and deciding if I want to do that, he stays on the field and is a 7k booster. Then my final grade 1 is Dream Painters, a random tech in remnants of my old MLB build, and I really like him. I ride Blaster Dark so many times that I was like, oh, just put this in there so I can play MLB and get the 12k and permanent double crit, without minusing myself too much. And he's pretty good for that. And other than that, he's also 6k. If I wanted to, I could take him out for another Marin or Pongle. For grade 2s, I run 4 Blaster Darks. I ride him more than any other card in this deck, it seems. So, that's why the Dream Painter's in here. You want to get MLB's effect off as soon as possible. So that's, essentially why you will run for this card. Otherwise, if you don't ride him turn 2, he's a vanilla 9k. Then I run 4 Blaster Blades. He has a lot more uses than Blaster Dark. I use him to pick off things like 12k attackers, Silent Toms. If I ride him, just like Blaster Dark, I can take out boosters and whatnot. Most of the time I won't actually use his effect, or I won't get to use his effect rather. But he's generally really good for those things that, those pesky things that you don't want to deal with. Then I run 2 Starcall Trumpeters. This is why I don't use Blaster Blade's effect so much, because she lets me call out my missing blaster to get MLB's effect going. I don't really like her though. She's an 8k, kind of cool art, I guess. But 8k doesn't really hit magic numbers without Marin, and she only hits magic numbers with Marin essentially, versus 11ks. And since there's barely any 10k decks around here, that's what really matters. And most of the time, she's just there to summon my missing blaster, or let me dump triggers on. Then for my final grade 2s, I run 2 Blaster Blade Spirits. If I was going to take out my Trumpeters for whatever reason, I would add 2 more Spirits. I like these better than the Dark Spirits. Well, they're better in that they let you kill grade 2 or greater in the front row, but you won't. There's actually not any cards in this deck other than Starcall that will summon this. So you could Starcall and play this to kill something if you wanted to, but it's mainly aesthetic reasons. I like blades more, the look of them more than darks. So as a 10k, what's really good about him is you put a Wingle Brave behind him, and you ride him turn 2, put a Wingle Brave. Now he swings for 15. One of the big things with MLB is that your blasters with Wingle Brave swing 14, and usually they'll have a 10k Vanguard. That's 10k for no pass, and that's, what if you really need MLB, you don't have a grade 3 or whatnot, or you need the last missing piece, and you need Wingle Brave to hit. Well, they're not going to let it if they're smart and have a 10k. This is 14k. I actually saw a game where one of my friends, it was a regional qualifier to go to Florida. She was being attacked by Blaster Blade, I think it was, with Wingle Brave, and the guy didn't have MLB in his hand, and she decided to let it hit, and I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, he triggered her, like crit or something, and then he got his MLB. So, that's kind of like, why would you let Wingle Brave hit? This is kind of a prime target for things like Gatling Claw Dragon as well. So, people will try their best to not let it hit, and this is just a 10k body, easier to guard, because there's so many 9ks and 8ks in this deck. Before I was running this, I was running, I think the 12k attacker, so it was like all 9ks and 8ks, but 10k, easier to guard, lets Wingle hit 15 before trigger on turn 2. Then, for grade 3s, I run 4 MLBs. I kind of think 4 might be a bit too much, but when I was running 2 and 3, I wasn't hitting them without Wingle Brave. And when people were just overblocking your Wingle Brave, like even with Blade Spirit, I've had people 15 or 20 guard that thing just so that it doesn't pass, because they think that I'll be screwed with MLB, and it's kind of true. So, after that happening way too many times, I'm just like, I just rather have the MLB. So now that I put 4 in, I usually just draw it, and the Wingle Brave is just for me to get my missing piece. And, 10k vanilla otherwise, but you need to hit your MLB. This is the goal of the deck. And if you can't hit MLB's 12k double crit, then the deck really doesn't have much pressure. That's why I run that. I run 1 Gancelot. It's a really good card. He's essentially a 9k grade 3 that lets you search for a Blaster Blade. So, you get this in your opening hand, keep it. Because you don't have a grade 3, fine, you can ride this. Not ideally, it's not the ride you want, but it still gives you Twin Drive. It's better than not having Twin Drive. even if it is a 9K. And you have a grade 3, like you got an MLB, you don't have a grade 2, well, search for Blaster Blade. I really love flexible cards like this, and that's why Ganslot is such a good card. Even in late game, it's like having a 5th Blaster Blade in your deck, essentially. Then I run 1 Soul Saver Dragon. Again, this is a tech, because I run those Pongles. I can run her and use her if I misride. I'm not going to hit grade 3, and I have a Pongle. And there's my grade 3. It's a lot better than Ganslot anyway for riding grade 3. But generally, she's just a game ender. Ride her, Soul Blast, and hopefully win if I have a full field. Finally, I run Exculpate. I don't really like this card a lot, but I've had some pretty funny wins with it, where they think they've had me, they throw up their whole hand to try to kill me, and I somehow live. The next turn, I ride this, kill their whole field, and then just put all my triggers on whatever and win. And what's bad, though, of course, is that you have to ride Blaster Blade after this. So if you don't have a grade 3, you're kind of screwed, unless they're like about dead. And your MLB is kind of ruined. But yeah, I've had so many kind of just really funny wins with Exculpate, so he's just kind of in here as an interesting tech at this point. And he's been doing well for me, so I figured why not? Really unexpected. I've never really had to search him out with Wingull Brave, though I think that would be a pretty funny thing to do. Like, you have all your pieces, and you hit Wingull Brave, and they're like, oh, what's he gonna look for? It's like, oh, look for Exculpate. It's kind of funny. But yeah, this is Ash from Imagineyourgoddess. This was my MLB build. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.